Padmini Vidya flows from the same very source as Sri Sukta. But also one thing, it's very important to remember that we belong to a very unique tradition, the Sri Vidya tradition of tantra. It is associated with 71 masters, which I have mentioned in my book of The Secret of the Yoga Sutra. But Padmini Vidya has come to the sages and masters and adepts at different times in different manners. So here, the kind of Padmini Vidya we are talking and discussing now and practicing, it is exactly associated with Sri Sukta. But Padmini Vidya was also revealed to Bhagavan Gautam Buddha. That's called Padmavati there too, In fact, it's because of Padmini Vidya there is Padma Sambhava, It's the loving, tender touch of Padmavati that transformed yogi and yogi turned into Padma Sambhava. He is born, his birth is from Padma Sambhava. So, when Padmavati Vidya, how Padmavati Vidya came to Buddha? It is said that after Buddha left his mortal body, then following the path of Yoga Vidya, Yoga, which is described in Yoga Sutra, chapter 3, Sutra 34, and then again in Sutra 38, Buddha created his own locus for a Chit Samvit, the knowing power of his own mind. And with that, Buddha traveled throughout the world. So, while traveling the planet in subtle form, Buddha is just about to descend on the waters of Lake Mansarovar in Tibet. When he was just about to do that, suddenly 500 lotuses, they just blossomed in that lake. Because at that time, Buddha was accompanied by 500 fully enlightened adepts, those who had crossed the domain of death. Thus 500 lotuses. And in the center, the one, big one, Sahasrar Chakra, with 1,000 petals. And that was for the Buddha. And then the lotuses all around him with 8 petals. And that is how Buddha descended on that 1,000-petal lotus at the center, and all other great adepts, Siddha masters, they made those lotuses around Buddha as their seat. So that is Padmavati Vidya, Padmini Vidya. In other tradition, Jainism, there is another beautiful whole practice. There is a whole scripture called Padmavati Kalpa. The name of that scripture, Padmavati Kalpa. It's in Jainism. So there are 24 masters in Jainism. And this Padmavati Vidya, Padmini Vidya, is like a central focal point of their sadhana. So in different traditions, Padmini Vidya is somehow slightly different. Essence is the same. And in every regard, in every tradition, this Padmini Vidya flows from the same very source. In our tradition, it is very closely associated with Sri Sukta, and more precisely with the mantra number 5 and mantra number 8.